Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning on this Wednesday, January 10th. I'm Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. On this Wednesday morning, it is a bit chilly. We still have some leftover raindrops, a few snowflakes still out there. Not a big deal. Just watch for an icy spot or two this morning on your way into work. You'll have to, of course, be careful with that. And mostly bridges and overpasses, there's going to be maybe an isolated icy spot or two. But other than that, we're not looking for much of anything any different. This very low impact system that brought some of the snow showers overnight, it's still around. You can see that trough as it moves through the Ohio River this morning. Maybe a few snowflakes or leftover raindrops and drizzle, a part of that. Looking at the satellite view here, let me turn that on for you. You can see how the clouds are just well socked in here with that trough. And I think we're going to stay mainly cloudy throughout the day. There may be a couple of times when you see, looks like a little break right here back west of Cape Girardeau down into the Missouri Boot Hill and western Tennessee, eastern Arkansas. There may be thin enough clouds where you could see a little bit of sun today, but otherwise, we're not going to see much in the way of sunshine. It's going to be a chilly, blustery day with highs only in the low 40s. We're talking about 42 for a high temperature when we hit 53 yesterday with the rain and the gusty winds. 46 is where we should be. So we were 7 degrees warmer than average. And we did pick up 77 hundredths of an inch of rain for the 24-hour period yesterday, ending just before midnight last night. So beneficial rainfall. A lot of you picked up over an inch of rain, even an inch and a half to almost 2 inches of rain back in western Kentucky. So that was very, very good. And it helps catch us up from being woefully behind at the end of 2023. All right, here's a look at the temperatures this morning from the Kentucky Mesonet Network. And you can see here that most everybody is above freezing. Now, there's going to be a couple of those places that are right at freezing, which is 32 degrees, or it could be even colder, especially as I mentioned on a bridge or overpass. It could be just cold enough to whatever moisture's left there could freeze over and cause an icy spot. So keep that in mind as you're traveling to work this morning. Let's check the winds and see how they're doing this morning. Winds are more westerly to southwesterly, 10 to 15 miles per hour sustained. But we go in and check the gusts. Not as bad. I mean, there's still some 20, 25 mile per hour wind gust in the middle of the state in the bluegrass region. But for us, it's more westerly winds at 15 to 20. And occasionally we will get more gusts of wind today. Maybe not as strong as yesterday, but we are still going to be dealing with that wind today. And it's going to kind of hang around the next few days and waiting for the next storm system to come in, which is going to be on Friday, which is going to give us more of those very breezy conditions. Let's check the model blender this morning. And the the blend of models is still holding on to the bitterly cold air that is coming. Now, I got to tell you, I still feel like there's some people that are like not so sure about this, and you're kind of holding back and going, no, that's what I'm looking at is not going to happen. Well, I mean, what we look at as forecasters is consistency of models. There's a model bias with every single model, and there's dozens of models out there. But what we look at, and this is why I like looking at this, because it takes a big portion of the most popular and most accurate models, blends them, puts them in a big blender, but blends them up, and this is the output. And when you see this, It's a heads up that you need to pay attention because it's about to happen. We still have a few more mild days to go before the bottom hits. And you can see we go from 55 on Friday with the rain, even some thunderstorms, breezy conditions, down to 25 Friday night, and then a high of only 36 on Saturday. But then there's another shot of Arctic air that is going to come in Sunday into Monday, and look what happens. We go into the teens for high temperature. Teens. How about going from 55 to 18 in a matter of a couple of days? That's what's about to happen. And then look at those low temperatures: 0, 7, 10. Whoo, boy, howdy. I mean, you wanted winter, it's coming. Now, whether we will have a lot of snow during that time, it is somewhat of a possibility, which I'll speak more on in just a moment, but that's crazy cold. It's been a while since we have been that cold. And for kind of the long term, I'm saying most of next week it is going to be frigid. Uh, and I only use the word frigid when we're talking about 0 temperatures or near 0 or single digit temperatures. And then when the winds are blowing during that time in the middle of next week, beginning and middle of next week, below 0 wind chills, like -10. It's the way it's going to feel. That's what I'm telling you. This is this you need to pay attention to, just like you would severe weather, because this is severe winter weather that's coming. And I'm not sure that we're ready for it because it's been such a while since we've had this. And then if there's snow on the ground, those numbers could even be colder than what you're looking at right there. And no warm up next week at all. Maybe 30s? No. I mean, teens at nighttime, 0, near 0 temperatures. That's going to be a cold, cold slap in the face, really. Literally. Mother Nature. Yeah, it's going to be just like that. All right, let's look at the maps here, see what we're looking at as far as systems coming in. Here's our departing low pressure system that's off to the north. And then we've got these little pinwheels here, these little weak disturbances, short waves, but still you see the tight lines here. The winds are still whipping around this system as it moves across the Great Lakes, but it is departing. It is leaving Kentucky. Still some leftover, maybe spritz of snow and just ice pellets and things like that. As we get into the afternoon, cloudy, but a little quieter. The winds will start to relax just a little bit more as we get into this evening. Here comes another disturbance that will be moving our way during the day on Thursday. But tomorrow is actually going to be a nice day with sunshine, and we're going to warm up as that system falls apart because of the big ridge of high pressure that's further east of us. We get into Friday, and here comes the next system. Pretty strong high pressure, 1020 millibars, so it's a pretty good high pressure. But here comes the rain and then the snow, and this is the Arctic front and another deep low pressure system. Now, the last one that just passed us by fell into the 980 millibar category, which makes it very strong. This one's at 996, not quite as strong, but then it's going to deepen as it comes our way, and the winds are going to start to pick up. There it is at 993. This is Friday morning, rain and thunderstorms. Now, wait just a minute now. Hold on. I got to take a drink of coffee here as I prepare to tell you. We're going to get everything but the kitchen sink with this next system. Wind, rain, thunderstorms, uh, snow, bitter cold. What else? Uh, damaging wind threat, maybe. Hail, maybe. Trying to think of all the things that could be. This system is going to be just as you can see, the winds are there, the rain is there, enough convection to be thunderstormy at times as it comes on Friday, or actually Thursday night into Friday. Friday is going to be an interesting day. I can just tell you that because it's going to be one of those days that just you're going to have to really pay attention to what's going on because it's going to be a crazy day. And here I want to show you that craziness. Even the Weather Service is picking up on this. Windy and wet conditions return Friday. Here's their briefing on this as widespread rains, gusty winds, 80 to 90% probability of wind gust in excess of 45 miles per hour on Friday. Just like we had yesterday. We're going to have it again. Here's Bowling Green right here, and we're in that 80 to 90% zone. Um, Rain could transition to snow on the backside. Confidence in the 45 mile per hour wind gusts high. High. I'm telling you, it just keeps going one thing after another. Um, Here is the probability of minor impacts to travel, 30 to 40% as we get into early next week with that bigger system or the next system coming in. Medium confidence and snow potential. This is Sunday that we're looking at here. What happens on Friday night, as we see some snow on the backside of the system? Very minor, but the chances are going up here that we could see, a little bit more of an impact overall instead of just spotty. The cold temperatures, going to make for some maybe hazardous travel in some cases. It's too soon to say just exactly as they put here unanswered questions, exact storm track, snow amounts, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then I think the biggest story out of all of this is not going to be snow, it's going to be the cold. And here, the National Weather Service highlighting this Arctic blast, coldest air of the season, coldest air since December of 2022. And here's Bowling Green. You see the wind chill forecast. We're looking at, it's going to feel like 12 on Monday, 7, 8, 3 by 6 o'clock Monday evening. But then look at Tuesday of next week. Wind chill factor is going to feel like -6, -8. Yeah, minimum is -8. Let's see here. Burksville, you're going to feel like -4 on Tuesday. Let's see who else here that's close by. That's crazy. Campbellsville -8, E-Town -9. That's how it's going to feel. And the confidence in cold temperatures is high. In other words, we're right at 100% confident that what you're seeing right here is going to happen next week. Coldest air that we have felt around here in a very long time. And this is why I say you need to prepare for this because, baby, it's coming. Whether you like it or not, it's coming. One more thing I want to show you. And there is even a severe weather risk on Friday. Look at that. It's just, like I said, we've got everything but the kitchen sink with this particular two systems, really, that's coming in. We're in a level 1 marginal risk for a few severe storms on Friday. See it there, the level 1 lowest risk over Bowling Green, much of Tennessee, actually. all the way up to the Ohio River, because there's going to be that period on Friday with the wind, the cold front coming in, the instability, the dynamics with this system. Yes, we could indeed see a few strong to maybe marginal severe thunderstorms. And the main threat, I would say, would be damaging wind potential. So, like I said, we've got a little of this and a little of that, and it's all going to be thrown into a day or two. And then next week, the bitter, 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 bitter cold that's coming our way. All right. That'll do it for this Wednesday morning update. And I'm on your radio right now. It's just after 7 o'clock as I do this podcast. And I'm on Sam 100.7 doing my morning show, playing the classic hits of the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. And then, of course, you can get an update from me on the weather tonight at 5, 6, and 10. News 40 WNKY. In the meantime, have a great day. Thank you for watching, and God bless.